Hi everyone, welcome. So this practice I actually prepared for the fertility winter retreat that happened in January, but I thought why not to share it with you also here on my YouTube channel. So this practice is focused on womb healing and to connect with your womb. We will do a little bit of meditation to connect our heart with the uterus so they can support each other. We will also use visualization so you can imagine that you are connected with your womb, that it is warm enough to welcome a baby and to support a healthy implantation. So we have a lot to do, but it won't be rushed or anything. And if you can, just have some pillows at hand to make some of the poses nicer and more restorative. I hope you enjoy. Let me know in the comments if you did. Let's begin. So hello again and welcome. For today's practice you won't need any props, but if you can have a pillow and a blanket at hand, it can be nice, and some of the poses will just be more restorative in this way. And also if you can practice somewhere near the wall, by the end of the practice we will be needing the wall, but again I will give you option without the props, without the wall, so don't worry if you don't have anything at hand at all. All you need is your body, maybe some carpet or a yoga mat. And we will begin with a short meditation, so you can find a comfortable seated position, any way that is comfortable for you. And you can place your hands onto your knees. And once you are ready, you can gently close your eyes. So it's the first moment to start noticing our body physically. Is there any area where you hold tension? But it's also an opportunity to check in with yourself, how you are feeling, what kind of feelings and emotions are running through you. So for the moment we are just observing, nothing forced, just being here. And you can place your right hand onto your lower belly and the left hand onto the heart area, onto your chest. Just to bring our awareness into these areas that we will be working on today the most. So we want to open the heart, we want to open the channel in between the heart and the womb, and we want to make the uterus more receptive and ready to welcome a baby. We also want to improve blood flow to the reproductive organs and to release any tension held in the lower body, because any obstacle there influences ovulation, egg quality, so we want to keep things nice and loosen. Breathe in and out through your nose and observe your breath. How is it flowing today? Is it fast or slow, deep or shallow? Just check in with yourself and see how you are doing. It might feel like you are not doing much, but by noticing and acknowledging your feelings and emotions, you're actually doing already a lot. It already helps to release any tension, reduces stress, and it removes any blockages that might be going on in your mind, consciously or subconsciously, as well as in your body. Take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale. Inhale, deep breath in. Feel the chest and the belly expand. And release. One more like this. Inhale. And exhale. Bring the hands together to the front of the heart. You can still keep your eyes closed. And we will begin this practice with the chant of Om one time. The chant is to be connected to each other and to the universe, but also it helps to activate the throat chakra, which is associated with the ability to speak up, not to hold your voice inside of you, which is very needed on the fertility journey, to speak up and to be able to advocate for yourself. So we will take a deep breath in to chant. Inhale. Release the hands, slowly open your eyes. And we will start with the physical practice, so you can come onto your hands and knees in the tabletop position, with the hands underneath your shoulders, the knees under the hips, starting with few rounds of cat and cow to warm up the spine. So on the inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round and contract. Inhale, look up. Exhale, push into the ground, and just repeat it a few more times with your own pace. One more like this. Inhale. And exhale. Find the neutral spine again, coming into balancing tabletop position. So reach with your right leg behind you. Imagine that you are pressing with the heel against a wall, so flex the foot. And if you want to add on, you can raise also your left arm in front of you. Working on our core here for stability, balance. And release the hand and place the knee back next to the left one. Walk your hands a bit forward to the top of the mat. The knees are staying at the same position as they were, and you can just start lowering your upper body down towards the mat for puppy stretch. So stretching into the heart here, opening the chest first, invitation to make space into the chest so the heart has enough space and can breathe properly. Beautiful. Lift yourself back up, coming back into the tabletop position, and bring the right foot in between the hands for low lunge. So the knee doesn't go past the ankle, so you want to have it stacked above the ankle or a little bit less, depending on the range of motion. And just keep pressing the hips down towards the mat. You can also rest your belly on the thigh. Big stretch into the hips, into our thighs. A great pose to release tension in the lower body. So, and we will add some motion. So you can stretch into it and straighten the front leg. Now you should feel it more in your hamstrings, the back side of the leg. So keep pressing the hips back, but not sitting completely still, staying up. And come back to low lunge. Inhale, stretch into the hamstrings. Exhale, back to low lunge. And 2 more like this. Now stay in low lunge if you've finished your round, and find your tabletop position on hands and knees again. And we will do the same on the other side. So first balancing tabletop. So lift your left leg up behind you. The leg is parallel to the ground. Try not to rotate the hips too much so they are still facing the ground. And you can add the right arm in front of you. Don't forget to breathe. And release the hand, and also place the knee back. And we are going for the puppy stretch once more. So walk your hands forward and lower down to open the chest. Come back up into the tabletop position, and you can place the left foot in between the hands for low lunge. First, we are staying here for a few breaths, so keep pressing the hips closer to the ground. So don't worry if you don't go too far, too deep. It's really not important. And let's add the hamstring stretch, so straighten the front leg and kind of sit back, but not completely, still hovering. Nice big stretch into the back side of the leg. And come back to low lunge, adding the motion. So inhale to straighten and exhale back to low lunge, and 2 more like this. Finish your round, and then you can find the tabletop position again. Walk your hands a bit forward, tuck the toes under, coming into our first downward facing dog today. So lift your hips up towards the ceiling and do any little movements that feel good here. So really listen to your body, make this movement intuitive. Maybe you want to paddle the feet because your calves are stiff, or you have more stiffness in the neck, so maybe few knots with your head. Anything that you need in the moment. Take the time to notice what your body wants and needs,
and try to honor it. Keep pressing the chest closer towards your thighs. And walk your feet to meet the hands in front of the mat. Bend the knees generously. You can also widen your stance so the feet are as wide as the mat. And grab opposite elbows. And you can sway from side to side for ragdoll fold. So releasing the whole posterior chain. And forward folds are also a great way to release stress, reduce anxiety. So we are not done with forward folds for this practice for sure. There will be more. Take a deep breath in and release. Let go. Inhale. Let go. Once more like this. Deep breath in and out. Release the hands onto the ground. Bend the knees even more and come all the way up to stand. So let's warm up even more and we will take a flow from here. So inhale, rise the arms up, look up. Exhale, fall down. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, come into plank. Stay here for a breath. Then you can lower the knees and come all the way down, lying onto your belly. So you can rest your forehead onto the mat and place the hands onto the ground into the 90-degree angle in your elbows, so kind of this cactus shape. And we will do 3 baby cobras, so lifting the upper body up. So first exhale before we start, and then inhale, come up. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale, one more, and release. Now the arms and the hands are staying more or less as they are, so outside of the mat. Just place the fingertips onto the mat, and we will do not baby cobra but bigger cobra and in motion. So inhale, lift yourself up onto the fingertips, so the whole upper body is up now, also the belly. And exhale, lower. Inhale, imagine you are a wave. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more like this. Release and come back into your downward facing dog. So we created some more space in the chest area. And now come back to the regular breathing, still in and out through the nose if possible. Let's walk the feet to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fall down. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Arms up, little back bend, look up. And exhale, hands in front of the heart. Now place your hands alongside your body. The palms are shining forward. And if you want, you can close your eyes here in mountain pose, Tadasana. Taking a moment to slow down our breath, to feel more grounded. Notice your feet and where is your weight
Is it on all corners of the feet, or maybe you are leaning to one side more than the other? So try to find the central point. The earth is supporting you, it gives you strength. So you can feel more stable, like there are roots coming out of the feet. And we will stay rooted and grounded with the right foot and lifting the left leg up for 3 pose Vrksasana. So maybe open your eyes, because with closed eyes it's really difficult, but you can try later on if you want to. So you can place the left sole of the foot maybe to the shin or to the inner thigh. And you can place your hands to meet in front of the heart. Find one point of focus. And if you are wobbly, that's completely fine. The trees also move with the wind. And feel your right foot grounded still into the mat. So from here, try not to put the left foot onto the ground, but you can start placing it to the back side of the mat, and the left foot is parallel to the shorter edge of the mat, and you can straighten the right leg as well. So both legs are straightened. You can place your hands onto your hips and then make the arms to be parallel to the mat, extend the arms to the sides, and then you can start hinging your upper body forward as far as the arm can go, like you want to reach for something, and when you really cannot go anymore, then you can place the right hand wherever it's accessible and look up. The left arm is facing towards the ceiling. Trikonasana, our triangle pose. It's a nice pose to stretch into the side body, and also it targets the liver meridian, where liver is super important as it balances our hormones and it takes care that the body detoxes naturally and gets rid of any excess that is there. So feel the stretch. And then come back up, and you can just turn the left foot to be also parallel to the shoulder edge of the mat. Place your hands onto the hips, and first inhale, look up, lengthen through your spine, and then exhale, come all the way down into the forward fold. So the legs are wide. You can definitely keep a bend if it helps. Then you can place your hands wherever it suits you to the center. You can also grab the big toes with your two-piece fingers. Choose your variation of this pose and come back to slow, steady breaths. Take a moment to notice where your weight is. So again, we want all corners of the feet to be grounded, not leaning forward or backwards. Let go here, surrender to the pose.
Then you can place your hands onto the hips and slowly come all the way back up. I'm just gonna turn so you can see me, but you can stay as you are. And then turn the heels in, toes out, and you can bend your knees. So big squat, goddess pose here. It's excellent pose to bring the blood flow really down to the uterus, to the reproductive organs. It is also building some strength, some heat, warming up our uterus. So stay strong in this pose. You can place your hands in front of the heart. Lower a bit more. You can do this. I can do it. I hope. And let's add some motion. So inhale, straighten the legs and bring the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, and a few more like this. Should feel really nice in this pose, really stretching into the legs, opening the inner thighs, inner groin. So let's do a few more. One more like this. And release and come back forward to the top of the mat. You can shake out the legs, and we will do the same on the other side. So now starting with tree pose. So you can lean onto your left foot, left leg, and bring the right foot to the inner thigh or to the shin. You can also rest it on the mat. So find your position, the point of focus and balance. And then try to find some stillness. If you want to, you can try to close your eyes and actually see how much your eyes are helping you with balance. Small challenge. And probably with the eyes open, start coming with the right foot back. Make the foot to be parallel to the shoulder edge of the mat. Both legs are straightened, coming into Trikonasana. So we will extend the left arm as far as it can go, and then coming with the right arm towards the ceiling. So try to make the arm to be above your shoulder, so you are not folding forward, but really the chest has lots of space, it's very open, and also you should feel a nice stretch here in the right side of the body. And the left hand, you can really place it wherever it is accessible, can be also higher up on the thigh. So don't try to go too deep, because sometimes you might be tempted to go maybe all the way to the ground, but then you are not really opening the chest. So it's better to stay higher up, but have really this big opening here. And let's come out of the pose. Turn the left foot so it's parallel to the shoulder edge of the mat. Coming once more into the wide-legged forward fold. So inhale, look up, and exhale, fall down. Maybe you want to choose a different arm variation this time, but completely up to you. It's your practice. It also might feel different from day to day, so if you practice yoga sometimes, you might know that one day you can totally do some poses, then there is another day when you feel like you cannot do anything. And it depends on our mood and how the body feels, but also on which phase of the cycle we are in. So don't be too hard on yourself. Now place the hands back onto the hips and come back up. Turn the heels in, toes out. Once more coming into goddess pose. So big squat. First finding some stillness here. And let's add some motion. So inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, release, lower down. Inhale. And exhale. And continue like this. Notice if there is any particular area where you hold tension in the lower body. Maybe it's your inner thighs, maybe it's the hips. Take a moment to observe. One more. And release the pose. Stay as you are. Just toe heel the feet so they come a bit closer, a little bit wider than your hips. And slowly we are coming all the way down for Yogi Squat Malasana. So if this feels like too much to have the feet both on the ground, you can also stay on your toes, and you can also use your hands for support to help you with balance. So take the first moments to feel good in this pose, because we will be staying here for a few breaths. It's an excellent pose to improve ovulation and egg quality, to improve the circulation in the lower body. So if you can do this pose regularly for a few moments, then it would be really great and beneficial. Few more breaths in here. And imagine all the fresh blood running down to the uterus, to the ovaries. Removing any blockages in the fallopian tubes. And then come to take a seat and lower all the way down onto your back. First, you can bring your knees to the chest just to massage the lower back. You can move from side to side or do little circles with your legs. Just follow your intuition and what you need right now. So on the fertility journey, it might be hard to keep listening to your inner voice, as there are so many external factors like doctors' opinions and your family and just the society, etc. But
trying to stay connecting with your intuition can be really helpful. So you know, okay, this is my decision, this is my own path, and this is somebody else's opinion. Okay, let's place the feet back onto the mat, about hip-width distance apart, as close to the hips as possible. You can rest your arms alongside the body, coming into bridge pose. So on the inhale, you can lift the hips up, and exhale, lower down. Inhale, come up, keep pressing into the feet, and exhale. Inhale, lower, deep breath in, and out, and one more, inhale, and exhale. You can keep your left leg as it is and just bring the right ankle over the left knee, and you can stay here if you already feel enough of a stretch, or you can grab your left shin with your hands and bring it closer towards your chest for reclined pigeon pose. A really nice stretch for the glutes, for the hips. And some yogis believe, and I do as well, that more tension is stored in the hips, and also emotional tension and emotions in general are held in this area. So see if something comes up for you in this pose. Don't forget to breathe into your belly. So the belly expands on the inhale and drops back with each exhale. Place the left foot back onto the ground, also the right one, and we will switch sides. So now the left ankle comes across the right knee. So now feeling the stretch more in the left glute, left hip. And release the legs. Place the feet both to the mat, and you can drop the knees from side to side just to release. And then you can bring the soles of the feet together to touch, and you can let the knees to fall to the sides for reclined butterfly. And we will do this one with Yoni Mudra, so you can bring the thumbs to touch and also the index finger, so you are creating like this reverse triangle with your hands, and then place this triangle, this mudra, onto your womb, onto your lower belly. So with the help of this mudra, we are bringing warmth to the uterus. And bring attention,
your thoughts also to this area. So not only physically with the hands, but really try to bring your mind to this area. And notice how your womb is feeling. Does it feel empty or full? Maybe does it feel dark, or is there light inside? Try to imagine how your womb is feeling. And now imagine all the blood that is there from the practice, all the fresh oxygen running through, making the womb more receptive, the uterine lining really thick and cozy for an embryo to implant, with fresh blood. Imagine really like this bright red color, no clots, nothing dark. All is warm and ready to welcome a baby. And we will repeat 3 affirmations, either to ourselves internally or also out loud as you prefer. I am healthy. My eggs are healthy. I am ready to have a baby. I am healthy. My eggs are healthy. I am ready to have a baby. And just stay with these affirmations and notice how they make you feel. And use the hands to help your knees lift yourself back up. And if you can, come all the way up and bring the mat to be closer to the wall, as we will be coming with the legs up the wall. So like I said in the beginning, if you don't have a wall, no worries, you can just lift your legs up without it. And if you have the pillow, bring it as well, so we will place it under the head. It will be just nicer. Again, if you don't have that, that's fine. So come with your hips, with your sit bones as close to the wall as possible, and then bring the legs all the way up for Viparita Karani. Without the wall, you are just lifting the legs up, so the pillow can go underneath the head. Place your hands onto the lower belly, and one hand stays there and the other goes onto the heart, just like we did in the beginning of the practice. It's an opportunity to check in again and notice if there are any changes in your physical body, but also emotional and mental. The changes can be very, very tiny, but maybe they are there. Let's see. Tune in. This pose
It's very soothing and calming for the nervous system. It's an inversion, so inversions have these benefits. So according to the traditional Chinese medicine, the heart and the uterus are connected, so there is a channel in between them called BAO MAI. And in order to have this channel open so the heart can support and give love to the uterus and the other way around, we can do a practice, a breathing technique now to really make sure that all is flowing well in there. So imagine there is an infinite loop that is connecting the heart, so there is one loop around the heart and the other loop is around your uterus. So always we will inhale, and in your mind imagine that you are circling around the uterus, coming all the way up towards your heart. And with the exhale, you are circling the heart, coming all the way down again to the uterus. So hope you are ready, and let's take a deep breath in, starting down at the uterus. Coming up to the heart, circling the heart with your breath, your mind, and exhale all the way down again. Inhale at the uterus, coming up to the heart. Circle the heart and exhale. Inhale. Release. Breathe in. And out. Inhale. Exhale. And continue like this. And then place both your hands back onto the womb and come back to your natural breath. And you can start lowering your feet, your legs down. And we will find Shavasana, our final resting pose, so you can still keep the pillow underneath your head. And if it's cold in your place, like it is in the Netherlands right now, it's winter after all in here, so you can also grab some blanket, extra socks, whatever it is you need to make this really cozy and not to feel cold. So take lots of space, also with your arms, the palms are facing up. And it is the last opportunity to relax completely, There is nowhere to be yet, nothing to do. Just melting down here into the mat, letting go of any remaining tension. Notice how you feel now compared to when you started the practice. And let go completely. Slowly start moving your fingers, your toes, coming back to the physical world. Big stretch with your arms, your legs, just like when you wake up in the morning and you feel like you want to yawn. It's a good sign, do so. And then roll onto the left side and come back to seated position where we started. You can keep your eyes closed and bring the hands to the front of the heart. And we will finish and seal this practice with the chant of Om one time. So take a deep breath in to chant. Inhale. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this practice and that you are feeling a bit calmer and that your womb is a bit warmer and ready to welcome a baby. I am really hopeful for you, and I hope that you are hopeful still, even though it might have taken months and years that you've been trying. But I really hope you still have some hope left for this year. Thank you. Bye.